Hi guys, how's it going? Caitlin here and welcome to my kitchen for another week of meal prep. I hope you're excited. Meal prep is a love yourself later activity because you're going to love yourself when you have 3 meals ready to go this week, just all the parts in the fridge ready to throw together. It's a great feeling. If this is your first time here, welcome, and if it's your subsequent time here, welcome back. If you don't have your prep list, I want you to stop right now, go to the description in the video, and you will find a link to be able to grab your prep list right there. And then you can grab your, what are these things? Food. Grab your food and your favorite kitchen tools and then come right back here and we can do this prep together, okay? Because it's way more fun with a friend. There are 3 varying levels of prep depending on your level of motivation and possibly time constraints today. So depending if you want to get the time to table results that you do see in the meal plan, you're gonna wanna go all the way with me to level 3, okay? All right, let's get going. So I'm gonna start with a couple things in level 3, because level 3 is stuff that does itself while we're doing other things, and that's where we gain back extra time throughout the week. The things that I'm going to do in level 3 is I'm gonna make some rice and I'm gonna cook some sausages, okay? So I'm just gonna get my air fryer. I'm cooking sausage in the air fryer, not rice. Gonna get the air fryer warmed up here. So that's preheating. I'm probably not gonna let it preheat all the way. I'm not really that worried. But I'm gonna get the rice in the microwave. I have a microwave cooker that's meant for rice. It has a boil over guard so that I don't just get water everywhere. If you like multitasking and convenient things, if you make rice in the microwave right now and your microwave needs a little bit of a clean, the steam from making your rice in the microwave is going to loosen up any of the grime, so it's a great time to clean out your microwave too. I know, you didn't know you were coming to a cleaning thing, but here we are. Just kidding. I'm way better at making messes than I am at cleaning them. Okay. So cook your rice as per whatever directions. Maybe you got minute rice. Maybe you got a, 2-per-1 ratio. Maybe it's a 1.5 per ratio. Whatever it is, do it. Now I'm going to get my sausages in the air fryer. Like I said, I'm not really that worried about it being heated up. There we go. So, got a couple things that are already doing themselves, so that's awesome. Now I'm going to go back to level 1 and start doing level 1. See what we did there? Just went all over the place. If you were to choose like 2 levels of this to do, weirdly, somebody probably has to work on their numbering system for this. Just kidding, that's me. But if I was to choose 2 to do, I would be doing, first thing I'm doing is stuff with a lime. gonna zest the lime. I'm gonna juice a lime. It's gonna be just a whole vibe. Yeah, if I was to choose 2 levels to do, it would be level 1 and level 3. Level 2 is stuff that, honestly, it's just stuff that saves you some frustration day of. Like putting together your spices and things like that. Maybe grating cheese, and you know what, you can skip a step of grating cheese by buying pre-grated cheese, but you do pay a premium for that. So it's one of those things where it's like, while you're here, while you're in the zone, might as well just keep on going, you know, like. But totally get it if you want to take shortcuts. Everybody takes a shortcut here and there. It's just whichever ones we decide to choose, whichever works for us. Okay. So, got me some zest. I love the smell of lime zest. Like, the smell is just, somehow it's just good for your soul. I don't even know how. Also gonna juice half a lime. If you want some lime juice for, you know, something else, you can juice both of them. I'm sure you can find something to throw it on. I'm juicing that right into the container that I am going to be using that lime juice in anyway, in level 2. Next, I'm going to cut up some veggies for the green curry. For the green curry and the veggies, you could think very specifically of veggies that you want to have in your green curry, or you can kind of wing it a little bit. Like, look at the veggies that you're using this week. You're slicing an onion. Why not slice another onion, right? Actually, I'm going to do that right now. We'll do that in a little bit. But if you're going to slice one, you may as well just slice more. Broccoli. Do you have too much broccoli to go on the side with your family dinner, right? Maybe you do. Maybe you have too much broccoli. Okay, cool. Chop up a little more broccoli and then throw it into your curry. Do you have leftover veggies in your fridge? Fantastic. Chop them up. Throw them into your curry. That curry is really just going to have whatever you want to put in it. So, you know what? I'm just going to throw things in it as we go. I'm just going to keep my little, I got my curry bin over here. So I got peppers. I like peppers in a curry. I'll throw some peppers in there. So I want to slice 2 peppers. I want to chunk 2 peppers, and then I want to do extra peppers for my curry. Just be peppers everywhere. I like incorporating peppers into meals. They're very high in vitamin C, which is obviously a nice, good thing for immunity's sake. It's just one of those things that is generally good for your body. So I have gone through a number of restricted diets through my own personal healing journey, and whenever I've been on like a low acid type of diet, which are not completely uncommon, if you're doing a histamine diet or interstitial cystitis diet, they both have like low acid focus. One of the things that I really incorporated a lot into my diet at the time was peppers, because a lot of the high acidity fruit, think like oranges and pineapple and even strawberries, they're all high in vitamin C. So by removing the acidity, I also was removing vitamin C, and I didn't want to do that. So that's when I found out that peppers are quite high in it, and I thought, well, peppers are delicious. They're easy to incorporate. Heck, you can eat them raw, you can eat them cooked. They taste delicious in pretty much everything. And the love for peppers has just continued from there. go. So I sliced 2. It's like the tiniest little pepper in the whole world. It's adorable. I'm gonna chunk 2. Like this one's really small, so I'm just gonna, you know, it's really tiny. I'm just gonna chunk it too. Look at it, it's adorable. Okay. So much of this is playing it kind of by ear. If you have small veggies, do they count as 1? Do they count as half a 1? Who knows? Only you make that decision. So really, it's quite a detailed meal plan, but you are the one that executes it in a way that makes it work for your family. So if you don't like something, replace it with something else. If you are replacing veggies, what you do want to try to do is incorporate lots of colors. And the reason for this is that colors are like nature's nutrition for dummies. As long as you're incorporating a variety of colors of fruit and veggie in your diet, you're probably getting like the majority of the nutrients that you need. There's very few like vitamins that you don't get properly through diet. I think one that nobody would debate on is magnesium. Magnesium is one that if you're going to supplement on something, that is one that you definitely should supplement with. But if you're using a variety of colors, odds are you are getting the nutrients you need. So if you're eating all orange vegetables, that's not going to be balanced. You're going to want to throw some green and, you know, some other colors in there too. Taste the rainbow, not the Skittles version. A whole bunch of peppers all chopped up right here. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with Skittles. I like Skittles too. You know what? I'm going to chunk up a couple peppers for the curry, because that sounds delicious. I'm going to throw them in my curry bowl. You know, since I'm on a pepper train already, may as well keep that pepper train rolling. What you could also do if you wanted to, I guess, is just chop up all the peppers, throw them in, you know, a container, and do your curry after you did your Peruvian chicken meal, and then you can see how much you used and how much you had left. I'm overcomplicating that. Forget I said that. That's my tendency. You know how people can like oversimplify something and make something sound like so much easier than it is, and then you do it and you're like, oh my god, that was actually really hard. Not me. I will make something as complicated as it could possibly be. And then you go and turn around and you're like, okay, that wasn't that bad. At least I think so. Next, chopping a zucchini. So you can slice it, you can I'm going to do them in half moons. Does that sound right? Lots of veggies this week, which I'm excited about. A natural way to just add flavor, like not even just nutrients, but you get like a variety of textures and everything. It just makes me happy. So slicing an onion, I'm actually going to slice a couple onions. I'm going to throw in my curry. And the sliced onion, I'm not going to put it in my little curry bin because then I think that all the veggies are just going to taste like onion. And I know it's all going to cook together and the flavors will meld that way, but I feel like they'll be like totally infused in it if I put it all together. This could totally just be in my mind too. Because guys, I'm not planning what to say, nor am I fact checking anything that I'm saying that way. But dirt in you. I'm gonna have to wash you off. Dirty, dirty onion. There we go. I think we'd all prefer like a white onion over a black onion. Black onion's just a little creepy. And instead of 2, I'm actually going to do 3 because this is the tiniest little onion I've ever seen in my entire life. It's adorable. Almost too cute to eat. Almost. This onion's winning the war. Hardest onion of life to peel. Okay. Whew. Spider will fit in here. I should have looked at it before when I had eyes and I could see things. Woo! So just give a flip to my sausages that probably won't take all the time that I put them in for. And either I'll, smell them or the fire alarm will go off. Something will happen to let me know they're done. Or the timer will run out and I'll check them. Either way, I'm cool with it. Accepted my fate. So, chunking a red onion. Man, chunking is so much easier after slicing. Okay, cool. Got my whole box of onions here. Swig of coffee required. Ah, that's lovely. And no, there's not Bailey's in there. I'm just gonna slice up a carrot. I'm gonna throw a carrot in my curry too. There's not Bailey's in my coffee, but there is eggnog. I guess dairy-free oat milk, but it tastes so festive, so yummy. Just gonna get rid of this. There we go. So thin slicing something is where you definitely want to have a sharp knife. If you have a crappy knife, it's not going to treat you very well. Having a sharp knife is one of the best things you can have in your kitchen. If you have a mandolin or something like that, you can slice with that as well. I just had carrots in my fridge and I'm like, well, why not? Use one of those. I like a good carrot in my curry. We're just gonna throw that all in the curry basket. Cool. All right. I'm gonna floret some broccoli. If you want to save the stems, you can. The stems of the broccoli are actually just as healthy as the florets of the broccoli. And a great place to be able to use them in this week. If you're like, yeah, Caitlin, great, they got nutrients. What do I do with them? Actually, I'll show you. I will show you. I do not want to like just leave you hanging with nothing. So, okay, so there's my florets all done. If I want to use some of these in my curry, I will. But broccoli stems, what you can do with broccoli stems is take off any of like kind of the knobby parts. You want to get right to the stem, okay? And then we're going to peel the stem, and then we're just going to slice it. And then you can use it just like you would any other vegetable. The reason I say use them in the curry in particular is they're gonna hide quite well in there. You're not really gonna notice them between everything else that's in there, but you're going to have the nutrients. They're also a lot easier to hide from children. My children will not eat broccoli, but since this doesn't have the deep green color, they'll eat it, especially when I chop it up really tiny. I'll chop it up super tiny and throw it in things like slow cooker meals, whatever. Just throw it in anything, and if you chop it up tiny, it's just going to disappear, and you'll never know. Will my children have trust issues in life? They'll all have trust issues in life, but at least mine will have nutrients during their formative years. I'm just going to tell myself that because it makes me feel better. Like, how ironic is it though? Like, because kids, you know, formative years when they're really young is also the time where they're like literally the pickiest. So you get to fight with them to put all the nutrients that they need to grow and develop into healthy humans. If they had a mindset of a 30-year-old, I was thinking even like 20. Are you gonna get the vegetables into a 20-year-old? I'm not even sure. But if they could think like a 30-year-old, they'd be like, yeah, you know what? My system's growing, it's developing. I really have to support that and nurture it by giving it good things. And even though broccoli's not my favorite, I can find ways that I can handle it. Instead, it's like, I see that green thing in there, Mom. You're not tricking me into that. Nope. Not fair. So if you want to hide it, you can chop it up super duper duper small, or you know what, cut it into rings like that, or cut it into little sticks. However you want to do it. Look at me, I'm still deciding. How do I want to do this? See, I feel like even my husband's gonna look at this and be like, what's that? Nothing, eat it. Oh yeah, you do want to cut off, like, there's like a bit of a tough bit at the bottom too. You want to cut that off. Cool. So there's my random collection of things to go in my curry. And guys, if all you got in you is level 1 and you know part of level 3, then you're done. However, if you're continuing on, let's continue on, shall we? So first I'm just going to shred some Parmesan cheese. However much you do is entirely up to you. It's going to be completely dependent. You smelling done. I'm just going to check the temperature, so they look definitely cooked. Oh yeah, they're done. Cool. Gonna shred some Parmesan cheese. Yeah, so how much parm you do is entirely dependent on how much your family likes Parmesan cheese on their pasta. So that's what this is for. I mean, unless you want to put Parmesan on your curry. Sounds a little weird, but maybe just weird enough to work. Who knows? Parm is done. I'm just gonna fluff my rice. Rice is fluffed. Awesome. So we're gonna put together some of the seasonings just for the pasta. Nice and easy. It's not a huge task. It's just one of those things like that kind of adds up. When you have 4 things to throw together, it feels like you have 4 ingredients. When you're looking at a recipe with 12 things in it, it feels like there's 12 things, 12 ingredients in it. You're doing the same thing. It's just one way feels like a lot more. Best Italian seasoning ever, like the Pampered Chef Italian seasoning. Woo! It's one of those seasonings that it's just, it is just good. So I'm gonna put some salt and pepper here, pretending that I'm making pasta. Just visualize it, just pretend. If you gotta put in more, you can always put in more. So like err on the side of not enough, I guess. So you can always taste and be like, no, it needs a little more, but. There we go. Seasonings all ready. That's just gonna, it takes 2 seconds. But the day of, looking at the recipe, that's when it looks daunting. It's just a thing. So I'm gonna put together the stuff for the Peruvian chicken. So this Peruvian chicken, the marinade that we're making right now, you can do a whole chicken, you can do parts of a chicken, you can get like, you know, a few things of breasts or thighs or however you want to do it. It does not have to be a whole chicken. You can just do what you want that way. Juice of apple lime. Cool. There's something about like cumin. I like the taste of it in things. It kind of smells like sweaty armpits, like a little bit, and I find it so baffling that I like the flavor in things, but when I just smell it on its own, like whoever decided to put that in their mouth for the first time, just by smelling it, they're kind of a little weird. Not that I've met them, but I'm sure they had to be like kind of weird. Some of these cloves are huge. Now, my garlic press actually does very well with the garlic not being peeled. However, there's still so much dirt on these from the garden that I kind of decided against it. Not a happy looking piece of garlic. Kind of looks like we maybe nicked that one with the shovel. Oh. Okay. So lots of garlic in this, so you know it's going to be good. always, garlic is one of those things that you can tend to measure with your heart. So there is a substantial amount in this one. So maybe you have small cloves and you want to add more. Maybe you have, don't like garlic that much, in which case, add less. It's all good. You are in the driver's seat. Fabulous. Just gonna stir that with my paring knife like a complete professional that I am. Oh, that smells good. Doesn't smell like sweaty armpits at all. Okay, that is it for level 2, my friends. If you're going with me to level 3 all the way, we're done most of it. There's one last thing to do, and that is just slicing up our chicken for our curry. So, dealer's choice on how you want to do this. You can do cubes, you can do slices, you can do whatever it is you want to do. So curry is actually one of the most requested meals by my kids. They love curry. Like after I make it, if I gave them the option, they would not eat any of the vegetables that are in it. So I don't give them the option. Instead, I cut all of it up so that it is absolutely unrecognizable what is in there. Because otherwise they would literally just have rice and chicken with some sauce on it and be, you know, happy. But I dice it up so you can't even tell what was ever in there. Awesome. And that is it, my friends. We are done. We are done everything. Just gotta throw this stuff in the fridge, throw the things in the dishwasher, and that is complete. So I hope that while you're through the week, you really embrace this feeling of having this food ready to go, nice, delicious, nutritious meals prepared for your family. And thank you for being here. I hope to see you again next week. Bye-bye.